And we're going. Look at that. People. People. Now believe. Whatever.
Did you get everybody? I think so. Well, they're all on the roster, so I'll just say this. Okay. Hello, and thank you all for coming today. We are here to talk about delicious beer. I will inform y'all on some basic history of beer, as well as the two major classifications of beer. The generic form of beer, the generic word beer, includes all styles of fermented beverages. Beer for Dummies informs us that over 35 billion gallons of beer are sold each year. In return, this yields a profit of over $290 billion. With so much beer being consumed every year, everyone should know some basic information about beer and the two major classifications. First, we are going to learn today about the history. Second, ales, and third, lagers. According to Wikipedia, beer dates back to 3500 BC in what is considered today as Iran. Breweries were being built in Europe in the Middle Ages, and even Christian monks had a hand in it. According to Wikipedia, a 3,900-year-old Sumerian poem was found honoring Ninkasi, the goddess of brewing. An excerpt of that poem goes as follows. Ninkasi, you are the one who pours the filtered beer out of the collector vat. It is like the onrush of the Tigris and Euphrates. The Tigris and Euphrates are rivers that symbolize that even in ancient times, beer was extremely sought after. Beer was also part of the daily diet of ancient Egyptian pharaohs, as well as vital to all grain-growing civilizations of Eurasia and North African antiquity. Surprisingly, beer wasn't just a male activity either. Evidence shows that some of the world's earliest brewmasters were women. All enthusiasts should know some of the basic facts. The first are ales. Ales are the oldest, dating back to the fermented beverages beginning. They are fermented at warm temperatures for very short periods of time. Ales are also fermented with top fermenting yeast that rise to the top during fermentation. These yeasts that ferment at higher temperatures, usually around 60 to 75 degrees, which in return significantly produces esters and other secondary flavors, including pineapple, apple, pear, hay, banana, plum, prune, and grass. Brown ale, pale ale, old ale, mild ale, stout, and wheat beers are the traditional top fermented beers. Secondly, we have lagers. Lagers are the youngest of the category, as the oldest lagers only date back to 700 years ago. They are fermented at cold temperatures for long periods of time. They are also fermented with bottom fermenting yeast, which that float to the bottom, sink to the bottom during fermentation. These yeasts ferment at low temperatures, usually around 45 to 54 degrees, which is considered the fermenting stage. Later, they are stored at 32 to 39 degrees, which is the lagering stage. The lager tends to clear and yellow during the second stage, and the cooler conditions begin the production of esters and other byproducts. They result in a more crisp taste. Most lagers today are based off the Pilsner style. Traditional styles include Bock, Dunkel, Hales, Oktoberfest beer, Pilsner, Schwarzbier, and Vienna Lager. All beers are categorized on a number of other elements as well. Wikipedia lists these additional categories as appearance, aroma, mouthfeel, flavor, specific gravity, strength, alcohol concentration, yeast, grains, hops, and water, as well as numerous other ingredients. Beer does not only quench the thirst of the blue-collar class, but the world may not be the same today without it. Breweries created jobs and in return became a product that people extremely sought after. Beer became a source of revenue for anyone who could design the best tasting recipe. No one can just have one, and the $290 billion in global revenue assures that. According to the Beaumont Drinks.com beertalk.com website, Stephen Beaumont, an award-winning writer and author, says anyone can drink beer, but it takes intelligence to enjoy it. Although even the Greek writer Sophocles discussed the concept of drinking in moderation while consuming beer. Thank you all for coming today.
Yay!